But I'm excited. I love Pokemon. Everyone knows, I do. I was born with Pokemon autism. I was born with ADHD and Pokemon autism. I am basically on the spectrum. I'm not officially on the spectrum, but I literally went to my psychiatrist and okay, so basically I went to my psychiatrist a couple of weeks ago. I'm like, me and my family talk about we think I'm on the spectrum. Not only do I have ADHD, but we think I'm on the spectrum, okay? And essentially what happened was back in December, I took this autism test. Cause I remember there's this autism test that was I think Hassan took it and Will Neff took it and people on Fearan took it. And I'm like, I'm gonna take it. And I scored a 129, and I believe the mean score was 130. The average score for someone who has autism was 130, and I scored a 120 or 129 back in December. And so in a couple weeks ago, I go to my psychiatrist, and I'm like, yeah, my parents. Well, not just only my parents. I was like, I think I'm on the spectrum. My sister's like, yeah, I think you are on the spectrum. You definitely. She's like, no. She goes, you definitely are on the spectrum. And then we go to my mom, and then she's like, we're like, Mom, we think I'm on the spectrum. And she goes, and I quote, well, I never really thought about that. Keep in mind, I am 20 years old. And while I do have ADHD, and she probably just associated everything with ADHD, I think the fact that, there are so many things, I'm not going to go into the details, but there are so many things that I did in my childhood that pointed to me having autism that it just apparently just never occurred to my mom that, I might be autistic. And, so yeah, I go to my psychiatrist. I'm like, yeah, tell my family, you think I might be on the spectrum? And he goes, all right, I'm going to email you this test. And while it won't officially diagnose you, it's odds are if this test says that you are on the spectrum, you are most certainly on the spectrum. He sends the email. It's the test I scored 129 on in December. Which is really funny. So I'm like, okay, so I am autistic. But I'm like, all right, I'll still retake it once again. I retook it. And apparently between December and now, I became less autistic. I scored a 112, which is still strong, an indicator that you're probably on the spectrum. But it was just really funny. So yeah, long story short, I was born with Pokemon autism. Because if you couldn't tell by the poster and the Snorlax, and then over there, I have a Rowlet plush, an Entei figurine, and a Porygon figurine. And then my thousands and thousands of hours on multiple Pokemon games. And all my Pokemon plushes at home, and all my Pokemon cards. So yeah, I was born with Pokemon autism. Me, Connor Eats Pants, and George Santos all have something to bond about,